very like super gorilla glue there.
Hola gente,
Well,
se la ven,
feels
gente
like
que
all
estoy viendo
Mongrel
este
really
video.
needs
Viendo la
himself
sí, es
in a
en
little
directo.
bit.
¡No!
When he gets red in his eyes, wants to go forward.
¿Existe la FCS?
Sí, sí. Oh my. Tremendo headshot se mató un güey.
Está por el centinela. Güey,
Sí,
seguro
sí.
que va por el centinela.
Sí, yo lo estoy viendo en mi computadora, en Twitch.
Yo también lo voy a hacer, güey. Pero mientras estoy viéndolo aquí. ¿Te imaginas que nos los dé aquí?
No, no creo.
Ya, obviamente no, porque aquí no está. ¡Ah, es el Wolfies! Güey, es el Wolfies.
Wolfier.
¿Están
picando, no?
Sí.
Ya se agachó.
Wolfie's trio and co, they came right now into this match at 6th place. So they're coming in within that striking distance.
A la
They've
bencha,
together
con
a
eso.
couple of strong games, and you're seeing here their box fighting skills.
A la verga, se mató. Ah, el mismo de ahorita que se mató.
Güey, pero
Stursix trio is around this area if there's all the way up.
Oh my god.
It'll be interesting to see what Kenzo Wolfies did. They could get a strong start. They had a good start in day one, getting that victory royale. Nice Wolfies with the confirmation right there with 2 elims.
Se mataron un trío ya.
Really solid. I'm expecting this trio to start picking up elims, considering that is what they do best. Their average placements is about 12th place, and average elims is sitting at 3. No doubt this trio could do a lot more work, but it was that game 2 goose egg that really did hurt their stride, and we have to avoid those goose eggs going forward. So if you're on top of the board, you don't want any zeros. You don't want to get knocked out before that 17th place threshold. You want to keep doing what you do, and that is what Benji and Savage
Mr. Savage, también viendo Mr. Savage.
So that's going to be a duo moving on. It's going to be so much riding on the line for this to keep up the pace that they're sitting in 3rd place at the moment.
Yeah, and they've had a tough time coming out of Dooms recently. We saw the dual media pressure come on to Lecce getting confirmed, but generally you've seen them be very good at prioritizing getting the reboot and then remaining 3 up. However, not quite able to get that over either, as they only got 2 eliminations. So it's like a little bit of a but decent loadout right now on the Hundred Thieves. Mr. Savage there.
Ah, la Rosalía.
Has the epic
a la bencha, es cierto.
kind of towards the pitch. So far today, seeing a little bit of a slower match. We're going to have 21 players threatened by Storm Surge. You can see the damage threshold warning there on the right-hand side. Luckily, these guys off of the contest are 890 above. Now, if you are new to competitive Fortnite, Storm Surge is actually active in every single game, even in regular squads and solo lobbies, but it only triggers when you have a certain density of players. The current threshold when zone, the second zone closes, when you go to zone number 3.
Oh my god, estoy viendo Benji Fishy.
So the 21 players
Benji Fishy, yo.
amount of damage. So
Vamos, Benji Fishy, tú puedes.
under that storm surge pressure. 25 damage every 10 seconds.
Güey, hay que ver la de este cuando sea la de este, la final de este.
It makes you go aggressive.
Es de la región de GLTP, ¿Godar o
in the
qué?
background there, but just to give you an idea how important Lecce
Esta
has
es la de
been
Europa.
in these grand finals, he is currently leading the way if elims. So now they're missing that. They are kind of,
Minty.
7, 8 respectively for Benji's and Savage, but they've been the only trio that's been fully all the way up. Like, they spend the most time as a trio. So this is going to be one of the rare times in these grand finals that Benji and Savage have to go as a duo. So they're truly putting in that team effort, and the results are speaking for themselves considering that they're in 3rd place. But you can see that the injury that's been caused by that dual Mia trio out in that distance here, they're basically 2v2. You're just seeing that, a contested Doom's domain could just leave you, yes, you get that opportunity to get that power weapons, opportunity to get those loots, but at the end of the day, you're going into these dangerous zones injured.
And you can see Squeeze picking up eye drop there. He's going to get the confirmation there. Matzo's getting busy on top of these guys. And Savage actually eats a bunch of bullets in the back. I think that was either the dual media or one of the other teams who's kind of posted up on the side there. They're going to work along this bottom side tunnel here, but they need to be conscious of the fact that they don't have a ton of white shields outside of the jug splashes. And largely, they want to save those for in-game scenarios or when both of them need them, if possible, because now it's just going to be effectively wasted as the throws against Benji there. And you can see Savage has a player at his back as well, hopped into the box, but they're not paying attention to what Benji is brilliantly done there to get your first conversion. That's largely going to be Storm Surge pressure, but above them, raining down shots on the center of ADN, the train hard duo, Matzo and Amplify, but Benji going to be able to clean up one. Savage gets the other, and
no, fueron las finish.
4 points so far.
Agarraron la
Savage,
finish.
man,
¡Ya se acabó!
Tienen 1000
Ya se
de
acabó.
daño.
Mystic la resolví, es la última canción, lo cual... ¡Ah, no! ¡Perro!
It's like once
Esta
you
me
kind of
encanta.
leave your main power POI, the question is where are we going to find a replenishment? And considering right now there's literally zero or minimal opportunities to kind of farm up, you're going to have to get it from another trio. And when you're in shambles like Benji and Savage are, that's going to be so difficult. Yes, they get a little brief refresher. They find their little moment of oasis, but that could be soon a mirage going forward for the rest of the ride here in this opening
Hey,
game.
Minty, tú vas a ver la final de la FNCS de este. En la gran pantalla, Minty. Minty, ¿vas a ver la final de la FNCS en la gran pantalla?
¿Qué dijiste? No estoy seguro, no lo escuché porque está en el porciento.
De que si vas a ver la final de la FNCS en la gran pantalla. Esta es la de Europa.
Pero vamos. No necesito mi mano. Sí, ok, vamos. No se va vía. Ya.
Güey, le voy a cagar el concierto al militar.
Ahí va, entonces.
¿Sí viste el video donde el de Gref le cagaron el concierto?
Un, dos,
Ok.
tres.
¡Vencha, vencha! El Guanamila, la amorosa, el cuervo, creo, la cuervo, no sé, el pescadito, Dios no monte, no monte, y
¡Ah, perro!
vencha.
Güey, por la primera voy a hacer de ping. ¡Ah, no!
La Francia. Let me some free.
Amiga. Freeze. Freeze. ¿Dónde está mi gente? ¿Dónde está mi gente?
Ahí va la nena,
¿Qué
manches.
te viste? ¿Ves los otros acá arriba?
¡Árreme, mírame!
¡Hala!
Oh, güey.
Estamos en el concierto de Travis Scott.
Está bien, vencha.
El mejor concierto de fiesta magistral.
Sí, man, sin duda.
Mi mano. Nosotros sí. Ok, vamos. Vamos y bahía. Desde los perros aquí.
Solamente porque apareció el sex.
Ya sé.
Minty, ya sabemos que te gustó un chingo Minty, ya sabemos que te gustó un chingo el reggaetón, por favor, Minty, ya.
Tengo bailando, rompiendo. Oh, poco rápido, poco rápido.
Apenas se da cuenta.
Poco rápido.
Güey, desde hace media hora podemos saltar y correr rápido.
No es cierto, es
¡Qué
un minuto.
perro!
Oh, vencha.
Militar, ¿quieres que te hagas caca al concierto?
¡Hacia arriba! ¡Ah!
¡A la vencha!
Ya se acabó esta aquí, es la última.
Para todo el mundo. J Balvin, latino que orgulloso desde Medellín, Colombia. J Balvin.
What the fuck? Dijo que está orgulloso de ser latinoamericano.
El último.
No, en realidad J Balvin quiere que salgamos de Latinoamérica. Ahora vamos a la gran pantalla de la FNCS.
No manches, que iba a venir.
Pongan a Ñañín.
¡Me subí! ¡Me subí!
Pongan a Ñañín. Ya se acabó, vamos a ver la FNCS.
Vencha, se acabó.
Vencha, min.
Voy yo a ver lo de la FNCS, min, yo voy.
¡Aquí con futbolista, futbolista, dos contra dos!
Arre, 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 arre.
¡Arre, arre, arre, arre! Yo quiero jugar, o sea, yo quiero agarrar el balón y eso, yo no quiero ser portero. Siempre soy portero.
Yo voy a ir a ver la FNCS.
Yo también.
Güey, me cae a madre que esta pinche pantallita abajo. ¿Cómo la quito?
Yéndote al botón de opciones o no sé de Switch y con el que pones ajustes. Ahí ya.
Ahí te aparece ocultar transmisión.
¡A la pelota! Uy. Si no soy del otro lado, te voy a meter.
¿Quién está militar ahorita peleando?
Pita.
No sé, pero yo soy un híbrido gang.
¿Están en late o no?
Ay, no, güey, nomás te voy a decir que en Twitch está más adelantado.
Lo saco.
En Twitch está más adelantado.
Sí, ya vi. Sí, ya vi. Lo que apenas estaba ahorita, el Twitch ya estaba 5 minutos antes.
Güey, míralo de Twitch para que te den la mochila.
Ya sé, ya lo estoy viendo.
How are you doing this?
Nomás que
Or some of them are just going to be able to fold, but that doesn't matter. You made it this far. You have an opportunity to build that confidence. And that is what's so amazing about this, is that you think about the EU region entirely, it's probably one of the most dense regions in the Fortnite competitive scene.
Oh, it's the most players competing, especially at the highest level. You're going through the most tournament participation. You've seen time and time again that some of the plays that come out of this region and the gun skill and the level of mechanics are utterly ridiculous at times. Might not have the most discipline, but what does discipline matter when you can beat the person who's across from you 9 times out of 10? And right now you can see Clement and Floki Nakos were able to pick up an elimination onto Vidil and Fastroki's trio.
Tiene hasta las 5 tiene escopeta, tiene mini escudo, agarra la escopeta. Así estaba narrando la World Cup. ¿Quién ve la World Cup? Así le estaban narrando.
Every single trio that falls will then be 1 more point. Then once you're into the top 3, there's an additional 11 points on the line. Second gets +4, and then the Victor Royale walks away with a big old +5, and whatever eliminations they can rack up at the end. And right now, we're seeing again good discipline here from the French trio, finding an angle, being able to put pressure. And they pull priority on this zone here. You can see their bottom right-hand corner. They have the white line, and everyone else is going to have to pass them if they want to head to safety, and they're going to begin to try and head upwards a little bit. Nope, they open that up and they see, never mind, somebody's directly above us. We're going to stay on this low ground.
Here we are into full storm rotations now. 6, 7, 8 are going to be outside of the storm every time this trio gets into the safe zone, and then 9 is the ultimate closing zone. Will go all the way down to the entire screen and go purple, but Nakos gets a big knock on Yanis on the same layers there, as they're going to make their full rotation. That is the power of having priority. You can kind of look back and they get XPs as well, so they're going to trade out when Nakos is going to go down. Quick heal. That's a great benefit as well, being on the front side of the storm. You have the time to res, and they're going to barely get that res off, and now we're going to take a look at the chaos. You're going to have the low ground form up. You're going to have the mid ground form up, and of course, who is at height is always the question that everybody wants to know, because they're going to have the power position here to walk away with the victory royale. Savage goes down and gets fully confirmed in the feed. All the names are going to start lighting up here for the moment here, Sundown.
Yeah, now we have our placement points beginning to get doled out, and they're going to come in very quickly. 2 already ticking over as we're into our top 15. 35 players remaining, but a good execution there coming through from Nakos and Co to get back to a strong 3. Now they're going to about face and start spraying shots. Andelix will also get confirmed by Black. That's our second place team being taken down. We talked about Rojo and Co, but they will be no mo there as he gets taken out. However, Mongrel takes it. Mitro, if the number 1 team doesn't fall and gets high ground every game, this is going to be a race for second as they open up match number 6, just like they closed the rest of the day yesterday, controlling high ground and raining down the AR shots with nary a contestant in sight. So we're going to hop on board here with the French trio, who's continuing to work on the low ground. 4 eliminations so far. Nakos has a legendary pump as well as Bandit Cannon, so good opportunity to potentially execute here in the late game and make some plays.
CRR still, Wolfies does get knocked, but it is an opportunity though for at least Clement, Floki, and Nakos. Yes, already metaphorically as well. On top of the leaderboard is Mongo, and on height is this game as Nakos does pick up an Elan right then and there. It's so important though. We've been seeing the play style in the EU region. We've been seeing a lot of low ground victory royales. The question is can Mongrels hold on? It's Cammy. 2 teams are competing from height, and it's going to be Tayson that's going to be left alone. And you mentioned Mongrel going down.
Hagan el directo,
Mitro and Tyson are gonna have to do it as Cammy and Raxo take control of height. As you see on your bottom right, on the top right is gonna be the low ground, and Clement, and man, look at them, they're getting so many elims right now, already with 7 sundown.
And there's plenty more on the board. They're also getting the placement points ticking over. Top 4 with 9 players remaining. But all of a sudden, Clement is all alone. He's going to turn around and pick up CRR. It's going to be a 1v3. He finds a second. Right away, that was Mitro for the full confirm. But he goes down in third. Raxo up on the high ground, running it out now. And the challenge comes up from Kinzo. And he gets swatted down. Raxo and Gamma Gaming. Cammy will close that one out. 9 eliminations and 34 points from the Victory Royale. Match 6 closes out there.
In a blink of an eye, before you know it, a Victory Royale is accrued by Raxo and Co. We're going to need the breakdown from Zeke, Sayo, and Reese. What you got for us, fellas?
What we got, Sancho, is day 2, and we have even more day 2 teams. This is what we were talking about at the very beginning of this show. Cammy, Artur, I cannot believe they find themselves the Victory Royale. Just for clarity, they came in and ended day 1 in 14th place. And now they're going to start day number 2 with the Victory Royale and eliminations. I mean, this is exactly what we've been talking about. I'm so surprised. And gentlemen, we're going to break down kind of what went down a little bit more in just a little bit. But remember, we've got the standings. We have these cumulative leaderboards. You've still got
Face Mongrel, Mitro, sub 1,
they're far away even after that game. I mean, 40 points ahead.
Energy, Benji,
I don't know
top
how
5
they're
con Mr. Taibash.
It's like they didn't win that last game, but they did not lose it either. They got to survive all the way till the very end, and now they have an even bigger lead, Reese.
17-point match for them. Really, really nice. And obviously, like we said, we need to keep this consistency up. They're already coming in strong on the first game of day 2, consistent as they were yesterday. We can see kind of...
Güey, el León Tyson me mató. Ese vato me mató, güey. Era una partida de arena. El León Tyson.
You know, they really want to be trying to bridge that gap.
Y lo tengo grabado.
And so far, it's only gone a little bit further.
Yeah, so our top 3 also switched up with Benji going down to 5th, and then we see another trio, Kinzel, Wolfies, and CRR get 3rd overall. This is what Zeke was talking about, though. Raxo, Cammy, and Artur, a Victory Royale. 14th place all the way now to 6th with 76 points.
That's impressive, and you know, to answer a little bit of Sancho's question, how did they do it? They did it because they were popping off on low ground, being really, really consistent. They managed to keep that mobility for the end game, take height, and win the game that way. So.